Ladies and gentlemen, who is likely to replace Raila Odinga in ODM party as the party leader, in Azimio as the Azimio leader, and in Luo Nyanza as the next Luo kingpin? Those are the three questions which most Kenyans are currently asking. And yesterday there was this infographics which was circulating in most of media houses. And for me, I always believe that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. In that infographics, there were names of 7 individuals who are likely to replace Raila Amolo Odinga. In that list, there was John Mbadi, there was Babu Wino, there was Winnie Odinga, there was Opio Wandai, there was Elido Walo, there was Rayo Molo, and Evans Kidero. If you're keen, just from the face value, you can clearly tell who sponsored these infographics. But let us not get into that, because I want to reveal to you guys who is likely to replace Raila Amolo Odinga in ODM party, in Azimio, and particularly in Luo Nyanza politics. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. But before I dive in, allow me to also take this opportunity to thank the following people. You are seeing their names on the screen there for the coffee which they sent to me earlier. And by the way, I really wanted to do some 2 videos. One on Joe Biden's invitation to Ruto to White House, the dark secrets behind that invitation, and also Raila Odinga's visit to Germany, the real mission why Raila Odinga went to Germany. But because of time, I was not able to do them today. I had an emergency. My son was sick in school, so I had to go and pick him, take him to the hospital, and of course, he is lucky he went back again. I took him back again to school. Ladies and gentlemen, who is likely to replace Raila Amolo Odinga in ODM party as the next party leader? Because if you look at the way ODM is structured, there is the party leader who is Raila Odinga. Then there are 2 deputy party leaders, that is Hassan Joho and Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya. On the other side, there is the chairman, and below the chairman, there's the secretary general, and then now ordinary members like myself. So the question is, who is likely to replace Raila Odinga in ODM party? For me, the contest is narrowing down to 2 individuals. That is Joho and Oparanya. Raila Odinga will have to negotiate with them so that one of them can take that role, even if for interim purpose. But of course, there are other names that can really qualify to succeed Raila Odinga. And I think, if you ask me, Edwin Sifuna is such kind of a person. Edwin Sifuna can easily take over ODM party from Raila Odinga, because he has proven himself. His brand of politics resonates so well with those of ODM supporters. And the truth of the matter is that Edwin Sifuna is also articulate, is knowledgeable, and one of the best brains we have in the country. And of course, there's also someone like Simba Arati, who has proven himself over time. So from those lists, who do you think should be able to take over from Raila Amolo Odinga? My list is narrowing between Joho and Oparanya. Now, to Azimio, I think it's almost concluded that Kalonzo Musyoka, the water leader, is likely to take over. If you look at Azimio, if they were to use parameters like numbers, experience, and things like those, I think probably Kalonzo Musyoka is likely to take over from Raila Odinga as the Azimio leader. Or maybe they might say, Raila was the presidential candidate, he's now out, let's have Martha Karua. But I don't think that arrangement would work, because Martha Karua does not really have members of parliament whom she can command. But I'm also looking at the possibility of Uhuru Kenyatta stepping forward to now participate in Azimio politics by taking charge. I don't want to rule out the possibility of Uhuru Kenyatta, because today Uhuru Kenyatta made an appearance in Nyeri. He was well received. So, and just like I keep on telling you, in politics, nothing just happens like that. So in your own opinion, who do you think, is best suited to take over from Raila Odinga in Azimio. Now let us get now to the real subject of this analysis, the Luo Kingpin, which was the basis of that infographics. Who do you think has what it takes to replace Raila Odinga as the next Luo King? Because remember, before Raila Odinga, there was Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Before Jaramogi Oginga Odinga died, he had really wanted James Orengo to be the Luo Kingpin. And because power is never given, power is grabbed, Raila Odinga successfully grabbed power from Orengo. And because of that, I also believe that there is no way the next Luo Kingpin will be appointed or proposed or agreed upon. Someone somewhere will have to take it by force. So amongst the people in Luo Nyanza, who do you think is likely to grab the Luo Kingpinship? Let me begin by the names of the people who are being mentioned. There is Evans Kidero, the former Nairobi governor. Evans Kidero has the money. Evans Kidero is one of the people who are really projected to succeed Raila Odinga. In fact, the moment he was elected as the governor for Nairobi, then he came to Nyanza and he started fighting Raila Odinga through Kalausi at those time. You know how it ended. Can Kidero be the next Luo Kingpin? I don't think so. Because Evans Kidero's brand of politics does not really resonate with the Luos. He cannot. He has money. I mean, the Luos had high hopes in him. But the way he has operated since 2022 election up to now, I doubt if the Luos would view him as someone they can go to war with. The second person being mentioned from this list is John Mbadi. John Mbadi is a nominated MP today and is the ODM chairperson. John Mbadi is very bright. He's good in finance. He's an orator. But do you think John Mbadi can succeed Raila Odinga as the Luo Kingpin? I doubt, because there are even people who question his leadership at ODM party. That is a chairman, but it's not being felt like a chairman would be felt. For me, if you ask me, I doubt John Mbadi. The third person being mentioned is Eliud Owalo, the cabinet secretary for ICT. For those who follow the Luo Nyanza politics very closely, the fallout between Raila and Owalo, because Owalo was Raila Odinga's campaign manager, was not because of anything. There were people around Raila Odinga who strongly viewed Eliud Owalo as someone who was too ambitious, someone who wanted to take over the Luo leadership. So they had to fight him. And that's why Owalo fell out with Raila, and he understands that. Personally, I've been a very good friend to Eliud Owalo. We discussed a lot of politics with him before. Although since he took over, I don't think we've really interacted that much. Phone call here or once or twice, but not that much. But I really understand that he can. But do you think a kingpin can emerge from UDA party? Maybe if he can strategize well, but UDA party is yet to be embraced in Luo Nyanza, and therefore because of that, because Raila Odinga is leaving this seat, I don't see Owalo resigning from UDA party, and therefore I want to rule him out. At number 4, the other person who's being mentioned is Ray Omolo. Ray Omolo is the principal secretary for Interior, and because of the amount of money available, because of the power around that position, there are several people who are eating through his name, and they're really pushing for his name. Let me ask you, do you think Ray Omolo can become the next Luo Kingpin? He's a very bright man, very bright. He has those attributes of someone who is cool, someone who can change brand of politics. But Kenyan politics, those attributes are neither here nor there. Let me ask you, if, for example, Ray Omolo wants to become the next Luo Kingpin, and we wake up tomorrow and Ruto removes him from the current position as the principal secretary, do you still believe that Ray's name can actually feature amongst these people? I don't think so. At number 5 is Opiyo Wandayi, the current minority leader. Of course, you all remember that at some point, Uhuru Odinga officially endorsed Opiyo Wandayi as the next Luo kingpin. Opiyo Wandayi has stood with Raila Odinga. So I think if the Odingas were to choose, they would definitely pick on Wandayi. But can Wandayi be the Luo kingpin? Let me read your thoughts on that, because Wandayi is a good guy. He has what it takes, but I don't think so. I don't think he can be the next Luo kingpin. Then 2 other names were being floated. You see, when that infographics came up, I actually shared it on my Facebook page, and people started now contributing who they thought would be the right candidate. Then 2 other names emerged. They were not in the picture there. That of Gladys Wanga and Otinda Molo. Those 2 names, people really proposed them. For Gladys Wanga, I think she's one of the youngest governors we have in the country. I don't think I'm wrong on that. And we also know that Gladys Wanga served as a women rep for 2 terms, went for governor, won, and her future is very bright, politically speaking. Do you think she has what it takes to be the next Luo kingpin? Then the second name that featured was that of Otiende Amolo. Do you think Otiende Amolo can become the next Luo kingpin? I want us to make it interactive. Just list for me the person you think could be the next Luo kingpin. And of course, in that infographics, the name of Winnie Odinga also featured. I don't want to rule out Winnie Odinga, but if you ask me, currently, nobody will listen to Winnie Odinga as the next kingpin. Now, allow me to introduce you to you guys the person I strongly believe is going to be the next Luo kingpin. Babu Owino. Why Babu Owino? Babu Owino's brand of politics resonates so well with the Luo's politics. There's a way Babu Owino is emerging because he knows how to play his politics. And majority of Luos believe that unlike Raila Odinga, you cannot easily steal Babu Owino's votes. Apart from that, there's something you can't take from Babu Owino. The fact that he's able to receive support across the country. Tell me, apart from Raila Odinga, apart from Ruto, who else do you think enjoys support across the country? Maybe Mike Sonko. You can't even compare Babu Owino to Kalonzo Musyoka in terms of the real love on the ground. You go with Kalonzo Musyoka to Turkana, you go with Babu Owino, most people would appreciate Babu Owino more. Babu Owino is experienced. In fact, in one of my videos on this platform, I opined that Babu Owino was William Ruto's biggest political headache. Forget about Raila Odinga. And that explains why in 2017, when Babu Owino was first elected, you remember how he really struggled because he was taken through court process. William Ruto did not want Babu Owino to become the member of parliament for Embakasi East. What saved Babu Owino was the handshake. Because William Ruto had figured out his politics that after Uhuru, he was going to take over, and he believed that after defeating Raila was going to go. He was only now going to face Babu Owino. He didn't want Babu to develop in Nairobi. And of course, if in terms of performance, is there any other member of parliament who is performing than Babu Owino? Maybe Babu Owino, Ndindi Nyoro, and Silvanus Osoro, and maybe Mark Nyamita in Uriri. Who is the any other MP who is delivering? Babu Owino talked of TB Tialala became an anthem. Warembo High, Warembo Mua anthem. Babu Owino. I'm sure he's going to reinvent some other things. But of course, Babu Owino also has his weaknesses. And that's why I keep on insisting that if Luos want a leader, and that leader is not for now, it's for the next 10 years or 20 years, they must invest in Babu Owino so that each and every weakness you see in him, they should be able to cover for him. It's very rare for a community to have someone like Babu Owino. Very rare. If you doubt, I want to challenge you to show me any other community in the Republic of Kenya who has a Babu Owino from their ranks. Maybe Edwin Sifuna from the Luya Nation. In the coastal region, there's a young boy there called Fikrini Jacobs. Where else? Even in Rift Valley, nobody. So they come had the Sonko, but I don't think Sonko will recover. Until next time, this is Makwiny, and by the way, let me know who you think should be Luo Kingpin after Raila Odinga. Until next time, bye-bye.